a minute. Folks, let me stop you right here before you go full-blown hypocritical right now. Now, I understand a lot of people's frustrated with the Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. But why is the gun pointed at Edgar Berlanga for? Why is the hate going towards Edgar Berlanga when he's the one that put himself in position for an opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez? That's not Edgar Berlanga's fault. Why you getting mad at Edgar Berlanga? I understand the frustration of this matchup. I understand the frustration of Canelo Alvarez picking Edgar Berlanga when there is an opportunity for Canelo Alvarez to pick one of the most anticipating fight in the sport of boxing and David Benavidez. I understand that. I understand that. But you cannot get mad at Edgar Berlanga for being a mandatory challenger or putting himself in position for a mandatory challenger to Canelo Alvarez. Because the primary reason you want to see Canelo Alvarez face David Benavidez is because the argument has been that David Benavidez has been the mandatory challenger to Canelo Alvarez for quite some time. Remember, mandatory. So the same argument you have for David Benavidez is the same reason why Edgar Berlanga is getting the opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. So you can't contradict yourself in assessing, well, why is the reason he's fighting Edgar Berlanga? Well, the same reason you want to see Canelo Alvarez fight David Benavidez, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, anybody that puts himself in mandatory position, we give them respect for them to get the opportunity to face a champion. But when it comes to Edgar Berlanga, the guy that had, 12, 15, 14, 16 straight first round knockout, was knocking everybody else out. Yeah, there's been a couple of hiccups here and there within his performance, but yeah, he's still undefeated. Why are we hating undefeated mandatory challenges now? Because it's not the right guy we want to see the champion in the ring with? Nah, we can't play those games. We can't contradict our analysis or assessment in these type of situations when it comes with champions versus mandatory position challengers. Ladies and gentlemen, peep this. August 3rd, you're going to see Terrence Bud Crawford, the 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed, going to fight Mashromov, the WBA belt holder. Right? In mandatory precision is Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz is going to have the opportunity to fight the winner of Crawford versus Mashromov. Are you okay with that? Are you all right with that, folks? Or you mad about it? You going to get mad or you going to say, well, Terrence Bud Crawford done enough, man. We want to see Terrence Bud Crawford versus Canelo. We don't want to see no Virgil Ortiz. Who's he beat? Who's he beat? Yeah, Virgil Ortiz is undefeated as well. Virgil Ortiz is knocking everybody in sight, right? But how much you want to bet? We're going to support that, right? We're going to support that just like we were supporting that. He has the potential to fight Bud Crawford when he was in the 147-pound division, when he was in the WBO mandatory position, right? What about Boots Ennis? Remember Boots Ennis was a mandatory position for Earl the True Spins? Ain't we shaming Bud Crawford to face Earl the True Spins? I'm sorry. Bud Crawford, ain't we shaming Bud Crawford or Earl Spins for Boots to have gotten an opportunity? Come on, y'all. What about the light heavyweight division? Don't we want to see Joshua Buatsi, who's in mandatory position, to fight the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev, and also David Benavidez, that's now in mandatory position as well, to fight the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev? We don't want to see that. We should. Oh no, Benavidez ain't put in work in the light heavyweight division. He shouldn't get an opportunity because for that. No. Don't you want to see William Cepeda, one of the phenoms in the 135-pound division, was in mandatory position to face Gervonta Tank Davis? Y'all don't want to see that? Y'all not going to support that? What about William Cepeda versus Shakur Stevenson? Y'all ain't going to support that? He's a knockout artist. What's the hate with Edgar Berlanga, though? Because we're going to fight for all these potential mandatories, past, future, and present, right? We always going to be fighting for these mandatory challengers. He's a name. He's one of the phenom in the sport of boxing, whether you like him or not. Whether you like, maybe people don't like maybe the way that he look. Maybe the people don't like that the hip hop culture has gravitated towards Edgar Berlanga and stuff like that. Maybe people don't like that he be moving, you know what I'm saying, with some swag or some cockiness or something like that. Is that what it is? Or maybe you feel like, you know what, that he doesn't have a chance versus Canelo Alvarez. That's what it is? Or just because you feel and you assess and we assess. Look, I predict that Canelo Alvarez is going to beat that Canelo Alvarez is going to beat Edgar Berlanga. Even though that I think that Edgar Berlanga should be respected because he put himself in position, right? I understand that we want to see Canelo versus Benavidez. But like I said thousands of times on my channel, I'm going to say it again just in case if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I want to see the fight. Yes, is a little bit frustrated not seeing that type of fight in the 168-pound division. But David Benavidez did not earn the type of legacy to shame another guy with the type of legacy like Canelo Alvarez. This is not us shaming Floyd Mayweather to fight Manny Pacquiao or vice versa because they got the legacy and they was the number one and number two, not only in their division, but in the sport of boxing pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? This is not that type of matchup. This is not Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson. It's not. It's not legacy versus legacy, so I can't shame Canelo Alvarez. I could be frustrated because I want to see the fight. And as a fan, that's all, you know what I'm saying? That's what all we want to see is a fight. But I can't shame Canelo Alvarez with a guy that doesn't even have a quarter of his legacy and shame Canelo Alvarez with him? No, sorry. But we cannot be mad at Edgar Berlanga getting the opportunity. How about in our respective lives? Because I always say that boxing translates to life itself. You earn the right to be in a position to get an interview for a job, right? Or you put yourself in a position because you put in the work in to get that opportunity that you've been wanting. And matter of fact, a Canelo Alvarez fight is the biggest opportunity right now for any fighter around that division. You hating on that? What you want Edgar Berlanga to be like? Nah, you know what I'm saying? I think that David Benavidez should get the fight. You know, I'm just gonna wait on it. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Come on now. The gun should be pointed at Edgar Berlanga. Now, if you frustrated with Canelo Alvarez, you could be frustrated with Canelo Alvarez. But to be honest, it's no use for you to be frustrated with Canelo Alvarez, a guy that has done everything in the sport of boxing. Like I said in the beginning, he's a full division world champion, super middleweight undisputed. He's done it all. He arguably got the best resume of this young generation. He's carried the sport. He's been an ambassador to the sport. He's been active. What you want him to do? If he retire right now, what you going to beg him? Or you're going to chastise him? You're going to heckle him? You're going to shame him? Nah, man. I know when you're on top, there's always going to be an available young hungry lion for that guy on the top of the food chain. It's always going to be that. Just like when Floyd Mayweather was the man, and then after Manny Pacquiao, people actually was trying to say that, oh, what about Triple G, Mayweather? Come on now. Stop it, folks. Stop it, folks. If you don't want to see the fight, don't see the fight. But you know what? You don't got to be frustrated. So go for the underdog. How about that? Go for the underdog. I mean, if you don't want to, if you're frustrated with the champion, go for the challenger. Right? I remember when people was trying to say, yo, why is Teofimo Lopez fighting this guy, this mandatory, and George Kambosos? And nobody thought George Kambosos had a chance, right? A chance, right? What happened that fight? What happened that fight, folks? You never know. I know back in the days, you ain't think that Mike Tyson was going to lose to Buster Douglas, huh? Guys, you never know. You never thought that Andy Ruiz was going to be Anthony Joshua at that time. I'm not saying he was a mandatory at the time, but you ain't think. We just don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe Edgar Berlanga does the impossible. Maybe he gets the upset. We don't know. And maybe Canelo Alvarez do what a lot of people predict him to do and beat Edgar Berlanga. At the end of the day, when Canelo Alvarez retire, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.